Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. The newest trend in the PokeTuber community is ranking all the starter Pokemon from worst to best, so I obviously thought, I can milk this for myself and rank every starter pack Skylander. Overall, we have 30 unique Skylanders released in starter packs minus variants. The only starter pack character you won't find on this list is the Hot Streak. Since he isn't a character, he's a vehicle. Oh buddy, don't cry, you'll get your time soon. Ranking every single Skylar from the starter pack was hard as there are so many different characters that cater to everyone's wants and needs, but for myself, this is how I ranked them. As always, I'm Crash Razzle from Crash the Skylands, and this is every starter pack Skylander ranked from worst to best. But as always, this video is 100% my personal opinion. Every single starter Skylander I picked on this is 100% my opinion. Did you hear me? It's 100% my opinion. That means I'm going to say stuff that you're going to disagree with and put Skylanders higher or lower on the list that you don't agree with. And that's okay, because on this channel we're allowed to have opinions. And you're allowed to have your opinion too, and you can leave your opinion in the comments below. But as long as you're respectful to me, I'll be respectful to you. And I think that's a little bit fair. So how about we head into the list and see how many I got wrong. Number 30, Super Shot Stealth Elf. Introduced in all versions of the game, this was a bold way to show off older Skylanders being supercharged. Stealth Elf was a fan favorite, but they missed a huge opportunity to debut an awesome new supercharged version when the game was first released. Number 29, Jetvac. Releasing on all console versions and in the barely remembered Battlegrounds, Jetvac is a highly popular Skylander for some reason, but to show off the next wave of new cores, not a good choice on their end. Even Sprocket would have been a better option. Number 28, Hammer Slam Bowser. Available only if you bought it in the Wii starter pack for a standalone racing game that no one really played, Bowser was released with the wrong hardware. Along with the fact that he can only be played on Nintendo consoles, this was a huge miss for Skylanders. And speaking of exclusives, number 27, Turbocharged Donkey Kong. Originally from the Wii U starter pack, there's nothing wrong with this character, just releasing a Skylander as a console exclusive was a huge miss for Skylanders. Again, only playable on the Nintendo consoles, this character is more of a dust collector for someone like me who only plays this game on the Sony consoles. Number 26, Ninja Stealth Elf. While every other Series 2 and 3 Skylanders from Swap Force had an awesome new feature and Wow Pow added, Ninja Stealth Elf put on a costume and has a forgettable tiger attack, which it shouldn't be. Compared to the Series 3 they put in the 3DS pack, they could have done better. We'll get to that one a little more later. Number 25, Dr. Neo Cortex. Released in the PS4 version of Imagineers, people were excited to have Crash and Cortex in the new Skylanders games, but sadly, the rose-colored glasses wore off once people realized that Cortex wasn't as good as they thought he was going to be. Nostalgia can't cover up how disappointed I personally was with him. Number 24, Series 2 Double Trouble. Released in the Forgotten Battlegrounds, Double Trouble got the royal treatment as this was the only way to get the royal variant of this figure. Variants aside, the Series 2 version of Double Trouble added an excellent triple beam move that hits multiple enemies. Now, Battlegrounds was just as good as he is. Number 23, Free Ranger. Released in the 3DS version of Swap Force, it was an interesting choice to add Free Ranger instead of Boomjet, as I've heard Boomjet is the overall favorite air swapper. As I'm not the hugest fan of Free Ranger, they could have had any other swapper replace them, and it would have been fine. Number 22, Gusto. Released in the 3DS version of Trap Team, this was again an interesting choice to show off the air swappers, as Thunderbolt is the better option. As Gusto is an easy to learn character, he is a good start for anyone getting used to the trappers in a new game. Number 21, Golden Queen. Released in all starter packs for Imaginators, Golden Queen is a personal favorite of a lot of fans, but not myself. Her moveset is not the greatest, but for people who are familiar with the franchise, having Golden Queen in the starter pack is a great choice to get people to play the game. Number 20, WOLFGANG. Released in the Dark Starter Pack for Imagineers, the reason WOLFGANG is higher up is everyone, and I mean everyone, is a fan of WOLFGANG. Having him in the Dark Starter Pack was a genius idea as people will want the Dark Starter Pack more than the original one. And who says Activision isn't in it for the money? Number 19, Crash Bandicoot. Released in the PS4 version of Imaginators, Crash Bandicoot has a solid place in my heart as I grew up with him. Disappointed originally by him, I've grown to like him more and more, which makes me wish I had him from the start. For anyone who likes Crash Bandicoot, having him in the PS4 starter pack and making him not console exclusive is a good way to get new players into this game. Number 18, Lava BARF ERUPTOR. Released in the 3DS version of Swap Force as a volcanic variant, Lava Barf ERUPTOR is how to show off a new WoW POW in the game. The Lava Barf move is an awesome new WoW POW on a character I didn't overall enjoy, but this move is perfect to show off the cool new things they can do with the outdated characters. Number 17, Series 2 Cinder. Introduced in all versions of the Giant Starter Pack, this is how you introduce a new WoW POW. Cinder gaining the Lightning Rain attack to add to her already awesome moveset was the perfect way to get people wanting to see more WoW POWs from old Skylanders. Number 16, Food Fight. Originally introduced in the Trap Team Starter Packs, Food Fight was barely used as most of the game focuses on the Trap Masters and not the cores. Food Fight does have a good moveset, but is overshadowed easily by its fellow Starter Pack character. Number 15, Blast Zone. Released in the Starter Pack for Swap Force on the consoles, Blast Zone was sadly thrown to the side because of his fellow swappable starter, but we'll get to him later. He shouldn't have been, since his moveset is really good overall, with a good variety of range attacks and up-close moves. My personal favorite is when he spins in a circle and explodes everything. Number 14, Snapshot. Released in all the console Trap Team Starter Packs, Snapshot was an odd choice to introduce everyone to Trap Masters, but it was an easy to use and learn Skylander. I found myself using him more than other Trap Masters I had, since he was well versed in range attacks, keeping me far away from danger. Number 13, Barkley. Introduced in the 3DS version of Trap Team, Barkley was a very cute choice to show off the minis on the small handheld console. Barkley is the mini of a fellow Starter Pack giant, so giving him the spotlight to shine on the 3DS version of the new game was a great idea. Too bad barely anyone played it. Number 12, Tree Rex. Speaking from earlier, Tree Rex was introduced in the Giant Starter Pack for all consoles. The perfect entry for showing out the new and creative characters in this new game, Tree Rex had it all, besides for speed. Most people didn't like how slow the Giants were, but we can't help that now, can we? Number 11, Kingpin. Released in the Imaginary Starter Pack, this may be controversial putting him up this far, but Kingpin is a great Skylander to show up the new senseis in the game. A powerful yet respectable sensei to debut the new game, Kingpin gets too much hate for someone so good. Number 10, IGNITOR. Released in the 3DS version of SPYRO's Adventure, IGNITOR was an interesting choice to debut new characters, but became an instant fan favorite to anyone who played as him. A character that takes a while to get used to his moveset, he was a good choice for anyone new to the Skylanders games on a still new to the time console. Number 9, Rattleshake. Introduced into the 3DS version of Swap Force, Rattleshake is an excellent way to start off this game. Getting used to this Skylander doesn't take long, and with his wide range of moves, this is one swapper who people liked from the beginning and still like to this day. Number 8, Wildfire. Released in the Dark Starter Pack for Trap Team, this variant is near and dear to my heart, as I was searching for him for years until I found him. But if I was smart, I would have just bought the Dark Starter Kit for Trap Team that included the Chaos Trap. Most people bought it for that, but were surprised with the now all-black metal lion and how powerful he was. Number 7, Pop Fizz. As I said earlier, Jetpack was a terrible introduction to the new Giant Cores, but in the 3DS version of the games, everyone was introduced to a crazy mad scientist that threw potions and made him go crazy. People were hooked, I was hooked. There isn't a person out there who doesn't like this crazy little goblin thing. Oh, he's a troll. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Number 6, Washbuckler. Introduced in the console starter pack for Swap Force, Washbuckler was a great way to introduce people to this game with his swashbuckling sword and his bubble gun. He is one of those Skylanders that is instantly recognizable to everyone in the franchise due to his exciting start. Number 5, GILL GRUNT. Introduced in the starter packs for the console games on SPYRO's Adventure, GILL GRUNT was one character I never really played as during my first ever playthrough, but only after I'd beaten the game, he really shined. An overall fan favorite with his harpoon gun and his multiple versions released throughout the years, GILL GRUNT is a Skylander that is here to stay. Number 24, Stealth Elf. Released in the 3DS version of SPYRO's Adventure, this Skylander is insanely popular, and now I know why. A perfect mix of speed, skill, and stealth, fans were hooked on her right off the bat, while longtime fans like myself grew to like her even after being shoved down our throat many times. You can't beat the original though, folks. Number 3, Trigger Happy. Released in the console version of SPYRO's Adventure, Trigger Happy was simple at first, but grew to a huge fan favorite with his insane gun abilities and crazy overall aesthetic. I originally never touched Trigger during my original playthrough, but felt me playing more and more of him throughout once I played as him more. Want to introduce a brand new character to any game? Make him crazy. Number 2, Spitfire. Introducing the console starter packs for Supercharger, Spitfire had an awesome hype video, and that hype paid off. Super fast with his quick strikes and dash attack, he was a Skylander loads of people used more than any other new cores and Superchargers just because of how great he is. Number 1, Spyro. Released in all console versions of Spyro's Adventure and as a dark variant in the 3DS version, there was no other option as the greatest starter Skylander than the Skylander who started the trend. Everyone knows Spyro, which made people want to try Skylanders and make this the franchise it is today. And that's my list. I bet I angered a lot of you with my personal opinions, so leave your favorite starter pack Skylander in the comments below. Also, if you're new, I do Skylander content on the regular, so go check it out and see if you like it. Also, in the description, there are a ton of other Skylander creators here on YouTube, so go check them out. But for now, I bid you farewell.